What's going on, good people? It's your boy Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching. I'm back. Yeah, gotta get back to the NorthNode. We're rocking and we're grooving with it. And today, as I have on my pure white, it's the NorthNode in Virgo. Like always, check out the website, taylor2coaching.com. Book your services at taylor2coaching@gmail.com. If your North Node is in Virgo, that means your South Node, Pisces, the fish, Virgo the virgin, mutable earth, Pisces the fish, mutable water, what direction you're going. So you're gonna battle against the new world order. So yeah, this is, North Node in Virgo is deep, you know? Because this access is, Virgo, Mercury, ruler of the 6th house, right? Mutable earth, very grounded, analytical, practical, detail-orientated, self-critical, assessing energy, the perfectionist, right? And then Pisces, it's nebulous, the fog, the spirituality, the daydreaming, the dreams, subconscious, unconscious mind, imagination, creativity. It's in the ethers, the other realms, close to source. It's a very deep pendulum swinging contradiction, okay? Great for relationships though, but, I'm gonna give you a couple famous people because they're fascinating. I mean, when I think about the rest in peace people, Aretha Franklin, Kobe Bryant, XXXTentacion, Aaliyah, Heath Ledger. I mean, right there, I could stop, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. You got Bob Dylan, Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy. So that's just, what is it? Kourtney Kardashian and I think Kylie Jenner. Interesting placement and people for this North Node in Virgo. So what are the nodes, right? The two orbital points, right? The north and south node of the moon, eclipsing the sun. It's very karmic, right? If you're North Node and you have to get your birth chart done, that's why you hit me up at taylor2coaching@gmail.com. Your North Node's in the 5th house. Well, your South Node's in the 11th. If it's in the 10th house, your South Node's in the 4th, right? They're opposing houses and signs. So that way you understand, right? So the North Node in Virgo, it means that you are coming from a most recent past life. And if you don't believe in past lives, your early years growing up, maybe up to 30, these are the natural talents and gifts that were given to you by God, by Source. So you kind of have mastered, and it comes easy to you, the talents of Pisces. So you're kind of dreamy. You're real creative. You're like always in the ethers, your imagination. You can disappear and handle isolation. You can deal with drugs and alcohol, escapism, chemicals, right? That's the Pisces. Extremely creative and spiritual. Very empathic, sometimes psychic, very compassionate, right? It's like that agave. It's really like that, just cracking my knee. It's like that agape Christ-like love, right? So growing up, you could have been very much into drawing and been on your own. Maybe you had a past life where you were like a monk, or you were in a monastery, or you were like some great shaman or guru, or you were extremely like spiritual, or you were just, a life in a wheelchair, or isolation, or in, jails or something. And, your early years, you get spirituality. You are a master at music or poetry or dance or art. You are just so zen and chill. And maybe you see ghosts and spirits and different things that other people don't see, and maybe you don't fall into this like matrix, analytical, critical, logical world. You'd rather be in nature, you'd rather be with the birds and the dolphins, and you don't want to kill any animals, and you love fish. You're just like real chill. You're peaceful. You are poetic justice. So as you start to age, and you have your Mars matures at 27, and your Sun between 26 and 33, and your Saturn returns at 28, 29, you start to feel this pull. It's literally this pull, like you got the assignment papers from God, and you're like, got it, right? And you're like, okay, reading the papers, like, this is my mission, right? So what's my mission as I come to this planet, move over Saturn, because your rings can't stand it, right? I slammed it as my breath exhaled, because I'm coming through the oceans like orca the whale, right? So that's that Pisces, and then you're going to the Virgo, which is very Mercury. It's mercurial, even though it's Earth, right? It's a fascinating, because Taurus and Capricorn are like super earthy, and then Virgo shares Mercury with Gemini. So it's almost like elevated Earth, you know, but it's very analytical, very critical. They want to assess and analyze. So these people, they're going to be so on point. They know how to, you know, and this is the thing, as you start to move towards this energy, usually after 30, but you really need to like master it and come into it between like 42 and 48. And you want to, you know, the NorthNode, so like in Vedic astrology, right, sidereal, they call it the dragon's head, the NorthNode of Virgo, the dragon's tail, which would be in this case the South Node and Pisces. And you want to balance that energy, right? Because the South Node is more separating, dividing, it's karmic, it's spiritual. And then the North Node, it's foreign to you. You don't know it. You're like, what's that over there? Right? You got to move towards it, but you don't know it. And you really don't know it if you're coming from Pisces. You're not living the daily routine, the work, the plan, you know, dealing with the enemies and the obstacles, sickness, illness. You're like, don't worry about it, dude. Everything's going to be okay, man. You know, I'm just chilling. I'm over here like Pisces South Node, you know. Like, come on, just relax. Who needs an alarm clock? I'll get to work like when I get there, and they should appreciate me, okay? And then the Virgo is like, yo, work starts at 8. I got to be there at 7:57, you know? And so think about it. When you move towards this, you're going to have a plan to consume. It's more material. It's the mission, the purpose, the destiny. But you do feel more fulfilled when you move towards it, even though it's foreign to you, because you have to balance these energies. I always say like 70-30. Because if you stay in the South Node, that's not good. You got to move towards that North Node. But you don't OD and obsess towards it, right? Because then you can get yourself in some serious trouble. Because you won't do it right. It's not foreign to you. You have to mature. You have to let the Mars, the Sun, the Saturn mature. And then as you start to go towards it, life starts to get easier. You start to feel more fulfilled. So yeah, your pockets could get fatter, but you're going to be spiritually, emotionally more fulfilled, becoming this North Node in Virgo. So you'll be a great accountant, right? The great film critic, the great actor, astrologer, the great physician, doctor. You could work in a great nurse, you know, the critical, logical mind, be great at IT, you know. You could be, you know, designing social media sites, websites, graphic design. But, you know, Virgo in itself, you have to know the whole chart. So, like, for example, if you had the Mercury and your Sun conjuncting this North Node of Virgo, first, second, 10th house, Maybe in the 11th, you could be the president of the nonprofit, the head, you could be really deep into politics. You could be a big time tax collector. You could be crazy good at IT. You could be a computer hacker, almost like a spy. Because the way that your mind works, it's really like this detailed computer assessing. So you could be a great film producer or a DP, director of photography, shooting film. Because you criticize, and you don't want to be too self-critical. And it doesn't always have to be like conjunct the sun and Mercury. I'm just giving you that as an example. And this is why you hit me up, taylor2coaching@gmail.com. Get your whole chart done, because the whole chart, the whole 12-house zodiac wheel, that cipher tells the story. All right, and I use the whole sign system, which is more ancient, more accurate. But it's so important to know this knowledge. That North Node in Virgo is, and it doesn't matter. Your sun sign could be Cancer, Sag, Capricorn. Like right now, currently in transit, our North Node is in Gemini, Mercury, but Gemini, it's a little different energy from the North Node in Virgo. You can go back and watch that video. Watch my, North Node series, and just all my series and videos. But North Node in Virgo, you really want to create a plan, follow it, manifest it, make it happen. And you know how to do it better than most. And then when you think about balancing that energy, you know how to rock the intuitive, sort of spiritual, psychic nature that comes natural to you to then go into, this foreign energy of analyzing and the details and like perfecting and being the great lawyer, financial advisor, planner, accountant, right? But you'll do it in an intuitive way. You'll have a little bit more compassion, maybe, unless you obsess and go to that North Node too fast, then that's not good. Like that can get a little chaotic for you. Okay? So, sorry, I just heard like a bee buzzing, it's your boy. I'm not down with bees. Just the MCs and the ABCs and hanging out amongst the sky and the trees. Virgo North Node, think about like Kevin Hart, Usher, Pink. You know how to perform, step on stage, analyze it, perfect it, boom, and then be like, bow, what? I bodied it, right? So precise and tactical. Think about Muhammad Ali, And remember, Virgo is still very spiritual. It just does it in a service, organized, planned way, right? It's sort of that nurse bringing you the herbs and the wheat. So it's going to feed you and heal you. And it's about service. It's the humanitarian. So either of these axes are so deep, whether, we're talking Virgo North Node, Pisces South Node, and I'm going to save the Pisces North Node for last, but that's deep too. So, you might have had a Pisces sun sign in a past life. Maybe Pisces moon, ascendant. But this life, it's all about Virgo. This is definitely a real deep placement. And I just want you to know, you don't want to become maniacal and criticizing and nitpicking other people. It's okay if your house has a little bit of dust. It's okay if the room's a little messy, your workspace. It's going to drive you crazy, but you got to kind of bring that Pisces South Node, and they can be messy, but you got to kind of stay in the spirit of like what really matters in life. Learn to, balance, because the Virgo North Node, you're not letting go and letting God. You're like, I'm making it happen. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You came from being all spiritual and Pisces energy, which is still great, right? And because you have down the arts and the creativity and the music and this and that, but then now you're gonna formulate it more for business, for making it happen financially. It's it can be challenging. You know, it can be very challenging. I'm sure it was challenging for artists and actors, you know, and I think about XX and Aaliyah and Heath Ledger, and I mean, even for Bob Dylan, you know. Kobe Bryant had this, rest in power, brother. You know, so, and he was a Virgo sun, you know, kind of cuspy, but a Virgo sun. So, just hit me up, you know, understand this energy, it's really important. It's really what's going to get you out of the matrix of the Saturnian bubble. Although the Virgo North Node is going to put you back in the matrix because you want to master it. But understand, that's why you balance at 70-30, because the only way you get out of it is fulfilling this North-South Node energy, really. But also understanding the whole birth chart. That's why you hit me up also, get your chart done, you know, the full 12-house report, the custom video summary, 40 to 50 minutes. But then if you want the Astrological Life Coaching afterwards, 4 weeks, we meet up on Zoom, whatever you want, for about an hour, and we really break down 3 houses at a time each week, so you get a deeper dive of the manifestation powers, the knowledge of self, every aspect of your life. And the earlier you get this, the easier life just flows. You start to become a Jedi, okay? You become Kevin Hart on stage and Ali, jab it in the ring, you know? Eddie Murphy on stage, the comic. I mean, Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart, wow. I mean, think about Heath Ledger with the Joker, just that morphing. He was so tactical and precise. It was perfection. Virgo North Node. So, I wish you all the best. I'm a Virgo sun, so I get this energy. It's not my North Node, but I get it. And try not to be so critical of others. Try not to be so super critical and destroying yourself. Alright? So, salute, Virgo North Node. I bid you adieu. And, yeah. Eric Taylor, Taylor 2 Coaching. Yo, enjoy the Patreon, the website, Twitter at Taylor2C, and at Big 3 Astrology. Yeah, I'm growing and I'm building, and I thank you. Vote down in my community section what series you want to see next. The planets through the houses, you know, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all that good stuff. All right? Peace, blessings. All right? Eric Taylor, Taylor to You Coaching. And I hope you enjoy that Aries new moon energy. All right? Virgo North Node. Later.